Hey, welcome to your Pilates ab workout. Today we're going to focus on the lower abs and getting rid of that lower belly bulge. But before we get started today, if you really want to get consistent with your workouts and your daily self-care tasks, check out my free printable 7-day checklist. I'll drop it in the link in the description below, but it'll really help you stay on track. This is a quick ab routine that's going to make you feel tighter in the belly and of course increase your core strength. So if that's right up your alley, click the thumbs up, the like, and let's get started. So today we're going to start down on our backs. And we're going to start by warming up those lower abs by just pulling your hip bones into your stomach. I want you to think of pulling them together and in, and that makes our pelvis tilt, and then you're going to release that. We're just warming them up. Again, pull the hip bones together, in, and then up, and together. And let's do that a few more times. Let's add an exhale. A really deep exhale out of the mouth helps us increase that core engagement. I think of it like a vacuum. It's pulling all the air out and everything draws in. Okay, let's do 2 more before we get this ab work on. Last one. Good. Leaving the pelvis now in neutral, we're going to slide our hands up our thighs. We're going to breathe in, and on the exhale, we're going to round up, reaching for the knees, and we're going to come back down. Exhale to lift. And down. When you come up, you want an apples distance between your chin and your chest. And another challenge is not rounding the lower back, trying to keep that tailbone heavy. And coming up to the knees so we can pull our shoulder blades off the mat. Good, now staying up this time, let's now cradle the head with our little hammock here. And we're going to do these at a top range. Good, we're going to inhale for 2 and exhale for 2. That way, even though we're doing quick pulses, we're still keeping our deep breaths, not shallow breathing. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and lay it down. Good. Stretch out the arms. Good. And then we're going to bring the legs up to tabletop, moving into that lower belly again. Bringing the legs up. Good. And from here, we're just going to find our working level. So that's a level which we can keep our ribs nailed to the ground, but we have a little bit of a space, but we're not overarching and stressing our back. From here, once we find it, we want to sustain it while we do big arm circles. If this is feeling a little bit easy, you may have your knees too close. If it's feeling a little bit stressful on the back, you can set the feet down. But if this is already feeling a bit challenging for you, I've got a few beginner ab workouts on my channel, so just check those out and build up to this one. Let's reverse those circles. Again, pull the hip bones together and then in and up to keep that belly from pressing upwards. Oh, I think I reversed my circles. Let's just do one more. Good, we'll pull the knees in. And then we'll come right back to that tabletop. From here, we're gonna make it, challenge the tabletop and challenge this connection in our ribs and our hips by extending one leg forward and bringing it back in. And again. Good. Now, the lower you take this leg, the more challenging it is for us to keep this connection here. So you can play with it a little bit, but you want to take it just to the edge of your ability so you're challenged but not strained in the back. Good. Let's add the breathing. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach. get mine a little bit lower today. And another thing you can do is you could also go back to that chest lift. If you have neck tension or any neck sensitivity, you may want to leave this out, or any concerns about osteoporosis, or also if you're just postnatal, you want to move the chest down. All right, let's do one more each leg. Let's go right and back, left and back. Bring the knees in. Oh, give them a hug. You can even do a little wiggle. Great. Rocking yourself up to a seated position. We're going to come to the obliques that wrap around the sides of the lower abs. Okay, so we're going to do a side plank. There's two ways that you can do this. You can do it with the knee down, or the next level would be to take the knees out, both feet out. Excuse me. I'm going to put the top one forward. You can also stack the feet. Good. Now from here, I want you to think of pulling your hand towards your feet. So we lift up like a banana or like a rainbow. And then we're going to lower the hips down a little bit and then back up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's all set that knee down. You might be there already. And now we're going to lift the top arm up. We're going to come up just to the tips of the fingertips, and we're going to do little lifts here. Now I'm working that left side of my stomach, and you want to try to keep this distance between the ribs and the hips the same, so that we're still focusing on the front core, not in our low backs. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Let's take it all to the other side. So we're setting up for that side plank again. Remember, you want to have the knee down. You're not feeling it today. And then we're going to take the top foot back, and here we lift up into that rainbow or the banana, and we do little lower and lifts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower the knee. Come up just to the tips of the finger. We do little lifts. Pressing here. Pulling the ribs towards the hips so that we're not arching in the back. Go for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming down. Good. We're just going to do a gentle cat stretch here. And then a little bit of an arch, just to get some mobility back in the spine. Stretch anything that might have gotten a little niggly. Okay, next we're going to do a front plank. You've got a few choices. You can leave your knees right underneath your hips and lift them up a few centimeters, or you can go back into a full plank, or the third level would be to come down to forearms. I'm going to come down here. We're going to do 8 sets of knee taps. We're going to go 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep that belly button pressed to the ceiling like a button in a cushion. Last set. Good. Bring the knees under and sit back and stretch. Wag the tail just a little bit. And stack the spine up. Nice work. So for more tips and tricks on how to lead a healthy and active lifestyle with a smarter, not harder approach, please visit my website or join us in the Facebook group. I hope to see you there.